what's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Lucky 1018 back with another video. In this one, we are going to be talking about the Venom Omnibus by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. You got Mark Bagley working on this and Eman Conello. I'm gonna be doing a full overview on it and everything, but this book was fantastic. But yeah, I think we should just jump right on into the overview on the book. Alrighty, jumping into the Venom Omnibus by Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman, Mark Bagley, and Ivan Canello or Ian Canello, I think, or Keely. I don't know. I'm gonna butcher it, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, let me know what you guys think his name is, or if you know his name, let me know. Marvel logo down here, Stegman's little thing. This is the DM variant for the dust jacket. I'll be popping a picture of the standard edition right here. Venom, obviously, and then right here it says, "This will change things. This will change how you think about Venom forever." And then we got the spine. It says Marvel Omnibus, Venom, Donny Cates again, and you have this cool little picture of Venom. Then we got the back. Gives you a little thing talking about the story, telling you kind of what's going on. And then this does collect Venom 2018 1 through 35, Venom Annual 1, Web of Venom, Carnage Born, Web of Venom Wraith, Absolute Carnage 1 through 5, King in Black 1 through 5, and material from Free Comic Book Day 2019, Spider-Man / Venom Free Comic Book Day 2020, Spider-Man / Venom Incoming #1, and Carnage Black, White, and Blood by Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman, and more. This does have a $125 cover price for US. Canadians, though, $156.25. Dang. Parental advisory for this book is pretty intense. It's badass, and it is just, I don't know how to describe it, but we're going to jump in. There will be spoilers in this video, but I will let you know beforehand. But yeah, let's jump right on into this. And also, before we check this out, let's check out the little... So I got Venom. God is coming. That's the whole thing about this book, is about God is coming. Something is coming, and we don't know. And then here's the other side with the creator's little thing on all of them. Okay, so let's just jump right on in. Right here, we do have this sick wraparound cover of this Venomized dragon. Plays a big part. It's awesome. I love this. But yeah, so let's hop in. Black end sheets, just like always for Marvel. Venom by Cates and Stegman. Awesome picture right there. Then we have this. And then we have everything it collects and like the reading order kind of. It's kind of weird. Everything's mapped out perfectly in my opinion. I was reading it and I was like, oh my God. Here we go is a little introduction by Donny Cates. This is fantastic. Just kind of talking about how Donny's loved Venom since the day he was a little kid and found out who Venom was. And then getting to be able to write Venom, it's a dream come true for him, And it's super fun. If you guys do have this omnibus or don't have it, I totally recommend it. And then when you do get it, read this introduction. It's amazing. Just tells you how important Venom is to Donny Cates. And then the end. And then I love this little part. And we are Venom. And then Donny Cates, Austin, Texas, February 14, 2022 is when he wrote all this. But then we jump into Venom #1, and this is the dust jacket cover, obviously, that I have the DM. And we're kind of thrown into, like, medieval times. Something's attacking these guys, obviously, a symbiote. We got all this going on, and then, bam. This artwork is amazing by Steg, too. For Marvel, I think DC has all the better artists, personally. But Marvel with Stegman, man, he just killed this book, and his art is just awesome. You got Eddie. He just woke up in New York City. Kind of you get like inner dialogue and stuff, and then you see Venom, like his symbiote, and it's just cool. It's a fun little thing. The story's more about Eddie than anything, I would say. He is just. You learn so much about Eddie. You learn how important his character is and everything. You see him, like, him and the symbiote are talking to each other, just like always. It's kind of just how it goes in these, like, when you have a symbiote, you hear him in your head and whatever, you know? But then you see him taking some pills, and the pills is blocking out the symbiote. So then it's like, he doesn't hear the symbiote anymore, and it's kind of weird. You're like, what's going on there? But then you see this page right here. Let's not get the glare. Look at that page. And the webbing is just phenomenal, dude. And then you got, I think, Jack-O-Lantern. Yep. You got him. He's like a new version because the old one died or something, so we think, or whatever. So there's like the new guy, Eddie. He's wanting to get back in because he's broke. He has no money at all. And he's trying to take pictures so he can publish it in the picture or to the paper. And then you see him running, and then he's like, damn, because one of the cops gets shot, which is crazy. And then, we go here. He's chasing them in the alleyway, and then bam. And you just see the outline, the shadow, and it's holy. But then you figure out that Venom is not, like, Eddie's not in control of the symbiote right now, because pretty much what happens is we're fighting, and then you see him right here. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can get a close-up on it. So he's poking out this guy's eyeballs, does it look like. But, like, Eddie's like, no, you will not hurt these officers, like, talking about, like, you will not, like, kill these officers or whatever, And then he's getting shot at, and then when he turns around, he's this weird creature, and it has this, like, absolute carnage, like, symbol on his face, and you're like, what the hell is going on with the symbiote? And it has this, like, little dragon as the emblem and stuff. You're so confused, and it's just, this book is such a fast read, too, and if you love, like, anime or, like, just awesome fighting cartoons, or, like, it's kind of hard. I would say this is the best thing of, like, manga-ish. It's just, bro, if you like Donny Cates, you're going to love this book no matter what. If you love Stegman, you'll like it. And personally, this might be one of my favorite books of all time, just because of how insane it is. You do notice that some dude, like, huge explosion, so I'm like, what the hell, Eddie already died or something? But then you find a guy, takes Eddie, he, like, tranks him with a dart. We wake up. There's a furnace behind him. Obviously, it hurts the symbiote, so it's like that. You learn this guy is Rex, I'm pretty sure. He's pretty awesome, though. I do like him. He's a part of the story for a little bit of time, I guess you could say. But, dude, when you're reading this book, you are just trying to figure everything out, because it kind of gives you so many different vibes and everything. You know what I mean? Like, we're reading it, or I'm reading it, and I'm starting it at like 10 p.m. at night, right? I don't finish reading this book till like 2 a.m. because I'm so locked in, and I'm loving this book so much. Like, if you read this book, you will love it. Here you find out, I'm pretty sure, I think it's Rex. I don't know if it is. I will double check if I'm wrong. But, yeah, Rex Strickland is his name, actually. But right here, you see that there's a little picture, and he's on it. But obviously, you tell that these are all symbiotes. So they were all, like, kind of super soldiers before Captain America. And then you're just like, holy shit. And you see that he's, like, he can easily fight off the symbiote, like, with fire, because he knows every move for them, even though they were trying to sneak up. And then we have to go, I think so then Eddie, they're talking the whole time, and he's like, you got to go rescue my friends. Like, they're still savable. So then we're going there. Got all the convoy, and then boom, look at this splash page, dude. It's so cool. But then Eddie's, like, going to the back, because, like, he's literally just getting these guys out so we can get them. But then the plot twist is they're all corrupted like the how Eddie was earlier, like the symbiote was earlier. Venom jumps off of Eddie. He's terrified. So then Eddie's like, "What the hell?" He's like, "Come on!" And then he goes and fights, and then bam, gets stabbed straight through his chest. So then Eddie's pretty much about to die, and his symbiote is gonna heal him and everything. But then you see this huge explosion, and these explosions through the grounds and everything, and then holy shit, that same dragon that we told you about is flying in the air. And then the last thing on issue 1 says, "God is coming," which is insane. I got some variant covers right here, which in this book you'll see every single variant cover here instead of in the back. There are some in the back. We go into Venom number 2. It's a whole thing about talking about how Eddie is dying and how we're gonna fix it all, and you learn more about his childhood. The childhood past takes a huge role in this book. This book is just straight fantastic. Obviously, Eddie's super pissed off, but then the symbiote thing takes over again, and he starts to attack Rex. And then this book has so many twists and turns, and you get a thing about Rex's past, everything. But if you want a story about, I guess it's like a father-son type story, I guess is the best way to describe it. And I think the coolest part is I feel like you learn so damn much about Venom. But not even about Venom, about Eddie Brock and like his connection with the symbiotes and just everything. Like, it's insane. Here's the huge splash page that is on the hardcover itself. We got our boy. He's like, "I gotta go stop this. I'm the only person." What the hell? Then you got Miles Morales. And there is a ton of crossovers in this book, which is actually one of the coolest things ever, because it's like, it feels like everything that's happening with the symbiotes is happening everywhere, and it's just super unique. I think it's an awesome twist. But we got Miles, and then we jump into Venom number 3. Eddie's having like a vision, and then you see the symbiote took over again. Some weird thing took over, and it's about to kill Miles. And then you kind of learn why Miles hates Eddie, and Eddie's like, "I don't understand why I hate him, like why he hates me." And then he says, you look at this little thing, and it's from the Ultimate Universe. It says, "You hurt my mother," which is just devastating, even though I don't think it was Eddie. It's from his Ultimate Universe. So just insane. This book is so badass, dude. And it's just so cool. And then you figure out, you're like, who is this guy? Who the hell is this dude? And you figure out that is Noel. Noel is a huge role in this book. He's badass. He's the King in Black, as we like to say, or as they like to say. Controls all symbiotes, and he's the god of the symbiotes. He's the one that created the all black necro sword. This book, we'll flip through some more. What's his name? I think the Beyonder. No, not the Beyonder. It's Reed Richards, but it is the Ultimate Universe Reed Richards. I can't think of what his name is. My brain is stuck. Let's see. No. I'm just coming up with names right now, man. I can't. I'm blanked on this. I actually have no idea. I kind of forgot. But yeah, dude, he's a huge role in this book, which is awesome. But he also is super psychotic, and you really just are like, what the hell? And then you figure out Eddie didn't even know, but Flash Thompson's dead. This story takes so many twists and turns, I will say that, where I'm like so confused sometimes too. And it's insane. I know it's so hard to explain on how great this book is. Like, you need to read this book to learn so much about Venom and just everything. We see Eddie escaping here, and kind of the Flash. He has Flash Thompson's codex that's still kind of alive, and then Flash takes over for his symbiote. It's kind of weird and hard to explain. But yeah, here's all of this. That's kind of my pitch on the book, though. If you love anime, if you love awesome sci-fi, or not sci-fi, but like just awesome storytelling, and just it's so fantastic. I don't want to go too in depth. I've already said a lot, but it's just so cool. There's some cool War of the Realms tie-ins, and there's a lot of tie-ins. I will say that. But jumping into the spoilers is pretty much Carnage comes back. You learn about this kid named Dylan. So we are in spoilers now. I'm not gonna talk. I don't just heads up. I'll probably put a warning on the screen when we jump into spoilers. But yeah, you meet the kid named Dylan. At first you're like, oh, he's just like, Dylan's his little brother or whatever. And then you realize that Dylan is actually Eddie Brock's kid, which is why everybody says it's a father-son story. And it makes a lot of sense because it's Eddie, like, he knows, Dylan doesn't know for a little bit, and then he finally figures it out. There's so many, like, Carnage is taking over everybody, symbiotes. It's really just a symbiote masterpiece. You meet Sleeper. He's awesome. And you learn that Dylan has these super, super crazy abilities, right? And pretty much he's like, because he's the spawn of like, so when Annie, so Eddie Brock's wife, when Annie took on the symbiote for a little bit, the symbiote kind of, I guess, reproduced in her. It's kind of weird, hard to explain. But then she got pregnant, had a kid, and it was Dylan. So it's Eddie's son, obviously, but he never even knew about her because she went to his dad, and they hate each other. Eddie and his dad hate each other. But it's so crazy, and when he finds out, you get to see how awesome his abilities are. Carnage becomes an absolute unit, a tank. Dude, this just it's just look at some of this art. Like, look at the people that are in this book right here. You got Deadpool, Cloak, Cloak and then Dagger. You got Captain Marvel. You got it's Morbin time. Deathlock, Iron Fist, like Scream. Like you got Hulk, Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man. You got everybody in this book, and it makes you love the character of Eddie Brock so much. Like this is one of my favorite pages, maybe in all of comic book history. I'm not gonna lie, or he finally tells his son that he's his father, and then they're like, let's talk about your mother. Like, Dylan goes, will you tell me about my mother? And it's amazing. This book makes you laugh. It makes you super sad. It makes you like anticipated, anxious. Like it's crazy. And I feel like every person needs to experience this book and needs to read this book at least once. Read Donny Cates' Venom run. And I might be overhyping it, honestly. I don't know. I know a lot of people love this story. I will say at the end of the story, it's not my favorite ending, but I think Marvel wanted Donny Cates. I think Donny Cates had this whole thing planned out for he had this 10-year run or longer run. Like, it could have gone up to so many issues. I know it could. But I think Marvel was like, okay, we need to move on. Like, obviously it sells amazing, but let's do all this other stuff because they're dumb and they just want to make money. But that's the name of the game that we play in comics. And it's just, his vision for Venom is just awesome. And here's a lot of King in Black stuff. You got Virus. He's super cool until you kind of figure out who he is. I think his design's awesome. But the ending of this book could have been better, but I know Marvel rushed it. What's also cool is we get thrown into the future. Let's see if we can find... But yeah, it's a badass story, dude. Like, everybody needs to read this once in their life. I will say that. Let's see. I can't even remember his name. I can't. But then you kind of see that he has his own symbiote, but he gets it from the Ultimate Universe. A little spoiler too. We're still in that territory, but yeah, they go get thrown into the future, and it's an awesome story, dude. Just looking at some more of the art. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think I explained it enough. I'll give it a good pitch, but kind of at the end for another spoiler. Just look at this splash. Look at that page, dude. Again at the end. Let's see. This is one of my favorite parts in Venom. Let's see. So you see this because the God of Light takes over Venom, and it's just, look at that page, dude. It's awesome. And then he gets Mjolnir and the Silver Surfer surfboard, makes them into one awesome axe, and it's just, this is epic, and it's just such a great story. And kind of at the end of the day, Eddie becomes the god of symbiotes, which is just fantastic. To read how he becomes the god of symbiotes, you guys gotta read it. But right here, last page, or not technically not the last page, but it says you are the King in Black, which is just awesome. And then it kind of just, you get some things talking about the future. This is the part where I'm saying it's not my favorite, but I'll let you guys decide on that. Got a little Agent Venom action hinting at our boy Flash Thompson maybe coming back. But yeah, then you got the end. A little story from the Carnage, Black, White, and Blood. But let's jump in. So then we got the bonus materials. Sorry, guys. But you got all these cool ass covers, and you guys are looking to read something that's fast. Like, sure, the omnibus is intimidating. It was intimidating to me for a long time because it's so thick. And that's what kind of happens to sometimes. But being in, like, I love getting omnis and everything. And you read this book and you just breeze right through it. And it's just fantastic. I'll let you guys look over these. But yeah, I highly recommend this book. This is probably a 10 out of 10 for me. Maybe a 9.5 out of 10. It's just, dude, it's fantastic. It's phenomenal, and I feel like every person should read this book at least once. But yeah, that is Venom by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. And I hope you guys did enjoy this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that was Venom by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, Omnibus Volume 1. There's only one omnibus. I don't know why I said Volume 1. But yeah, that was my review on it. I think I'm gonna start doing this thing where I review it kind of just like 1 through 10. My score for Venom by Donny Cates and Stegman Omnibus, I would say my review is probably a 10 out of 10. 9.5, 10 out of 10. I think the ending could have been better. I just think Marvel made Donny Cates end it. Who knows, though? Who knows what the end of the thing is? But personally, I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of my favorite books of all time now. And I'm saying 10 out of 10. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. I hope everybody has a good day, night, evening, wherever you're at in the world, and whatever time you're watching this at. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And yeah, one last thing, just like always. Peace and love.